Scotland is home to over 30,000 freshwater lochs, many of the larger of which contain islands. I have a particular fascination for these islands, as they are often covered in native woodlands of a richness that's been long gone from the rest of the country. This time I'm spending a couple of days exploring some of these tiny gems on a little-known loch way up north.
My name's Feargus, and this is the middle of nowhere. It's a pretty typical October day today. On a day like today, it's windy up on the mountains, really windy, gales forecast. And normally I try to avoid crappy weather, and there are heavy showers coming and going. But there are some lovely sunny spells, and I really felt the need to get out for a night. So I have come to Loch Beannach, which is not very far from Lochinver. It's a little known body of water which has some beautiful islands dotted around, which have lovely little fragments of deciduous forest on them. And the great thing about this time of year is that those trees are starting to turn, so you got these beautiful colours for photographs. So now that the summer is over, of course, I'm not paddling in a t-shirt anymore, especially considering it's windy as well. Health and safety first. So this is the first of the little islands. Beautiful, beautiful little woodland of birch and rowan. I guess I can take my hood off. Ugh. Okay. Lovely. This is what a forest should be. Look at this. Autumn glory. That's not what it's called, I'm just saying it's glorious autumn. Huge, huge mushrooms. Stunning. Up here you get the wind coming through.
Now I am approaching the biggest of the islands. That's going to be my home for tonight. Could there be a more perfect place to camp? Look at this. Lovely, lovely flat. Stunning. These nice, what are these? Huh. I don't know what kind of trees these are. That's unusual. Those are birches. But these? What a lovely spot to spend the night. I've come a bit further up from the water because this spot is a bit more sheltered from the wind, and it's just as flat, and it's just a bit more peaceful because you don't get the waves washing up on the shore. I have my own private island. It's already about 5:30, so at this time of year that means about an hour more of daylight. So I think what I'm going to do is have a wander around, get a sense of my own private island, and then as it's getting dark, then I'll think about dinner. This is just beautiful. These gnarly, big, rotten trunks. They're chunky. And look, all of this nice clumps of ferns and stuff. And there's dead bits of wood everywhere. So all of these great big trunks that are rotting away, you get them in much higher quantities than you would in the kind of forest that you go for a walk in with a public trail in it, because they're more managed. This is really what a wild northern Scottish forest looks like, and it's because nobody and no animals are here. Wow. Look at that, that is beautiful. The color. It might be cold and wet, but when you see a site like this, it really makes it feel worth it coming out at this time of year in these conditions. This lichen is everywhere. It is so cool because it's huge. It looks like leaves. It looks like a straightforward plant, but it's actually a giant lichen. It's growing all over the ground. It's growing on parts of the trees, and it's growing completely undisturbed. I mean, this is a rainforest, really. You know, the west coast of Scotland is a rainforest
area where you get the forests. And the summit. Is it the summit? Yes. The highest point on my island. Ah, lovely. Look at that. There is the awesome mountain of Sullivan. It's not that high, but it's got such an awesome profile. It's just great to see, and I can just see Stack Polly popping out beyond, which is probably the most well-known of the mountains around here, particularly for walkers. There's still some purple flowers on the heather, and it's really nice that I have actually got a little while without any rain to have a look around before retreating to the tent. It's now raining. I had a lovely hour or so while it was getting dark, just sitting, observing, listening. How often do we do that? How often do we just sit with all the lights off, no artificial noises, as it's getting dark, and just experience that process? It's really good for the soul, for the psyche. At least I think so. Some people might find that scary, but I find it very therapeutic. If you feel a bit melancholic, that's okay, it's part of life. Is there anything better when you're in a tent and it's raining than a Jaffa cake? It's hard to think of anything. Well, now it's shaping up to be a really nice day, for the moment at least. This morning it was pretty dull, and I spent a couple of hours just taking my time, taking photographs. And actually that's one of the reasons why I came to this woodland on this island, because if you photograph a forest in sunlight, it has too much contrast. It doesn't really work very well, except occasionally with backlight. So actually, in order to capture everything as best I can, it's better to photograph it when it's cloudy and dull. God, you've got to be so on it when it comes to the ticks. Hasn't been a good ground frost yet
to get rid of them. They're so tiny. Most of them are minute. I'm sure I'm going to end up missing some. I always do. So to get home, I in fact need to go that way. But first, I have to go and see if this other island over here is photo worthy, because it's just remarkable the way it's covered in these trees, which make the whole place look yellow. Fantastic. So, here are the yellow trees. Okay, what is that? If anybody knows, please put it in the comments below. There's the big island where I spent the night. Well, big is relative compared to the other islands here. Feels like it's made of balsa wood or something underneath all of this big cushion of moss. Oh, God. Yeah. Sun has gone away for a bit, but it's been a much nicer day than expected, and I really enjoyed that. It was definitely the right decision compared to going up one of the mountains with all the wind today. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and for now I'm going to head home, about a kilometer or so on a muddy trail, so 20-25 minutes with this kind of load on my back. Yeah, see you next time.